It is January 18th, 2006, and what that means is that it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. You all know about it. It's the day where we remember the man and we forget the message that he stood for. That's about the simplest way to put it. Now, some of you are asking, what do you mean we forgot what he stood for? Because didn't he go and say, let's go and treat everyone equally? Well, yeah, that is what he went and said. However, he didn't just mean black people, or minorities for that matter. Keep in mind, if I go to China, I'm going to be a minority. If I go to Africa, I'm going to be a minority. So when we say minority, we really just mean someone who's not that big of a demographic in that country. That's what a minority is. You're not a large percentage of the population. You're not the majority, which in this country is whites. What Martin Luther King Jr. was all about was we need to go and treat one another no matter what their skin color is. That was his message. His message was, and I am paraphrasing when I say this, that he had a dream where his two kids could grow up and be judged not because of the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Now then, I have a fun question to ask you. This sounds all great on paper, but what does it really mean? Well, it means you judge someone by their actions and not on their physical appearances, because surprisingly, appearances can be deceiving. For example, I'm a white guy. Inherently, this makes me a racist. And by logic, if you're a black guy, that makes you a crook, a criminal, a thief, a rapist, and a murderer, simply put. However, while people will get mad at me for saying this and be asking me, well, how can you say this here about any group of people? I mean, how would you like to be spoken to in the same way? Well, as I said, I'm a white guy, so I'm automatically a racist. So I am being talked about in the same way. Okay, so if your argument is you're white, you're racist, okay, my argument is you're black and you're a criminal. Which is better? Which is worse? You tell me. The simple point of it is that it really doesn't matter what your race may be. Because at the end of the day, let's be honest, we're going to be pointing the fingers at someone that's different than us. That's the way it works. Whites have been doing it for how long, and now the blacks are getting in it. That's all we're really doing. We're not making much progress in terms of actually getting along and looking beyond these personas or masks that people go and wear. It's always, you're white, I'm black, now let's go and talk about what your ancestors did to my ancestors. And let's be honest, blacks really don't give a damn about their ancestors. They're just using it as material for guilt and what have you. Still, the point of it is, it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Let's all go and be equal towards one another. Can we do that for once and actually honor what the guy stood for and not just his name? It's nice to remember the man, but it's more important to remember what he stood for. Because if you don't do that, then essentially he died in vain.